welcome to online Narayan Q College. Today's class will discuss chapter 4 software concepts. Last class we have discussed overview of computer, that is your first chapter. Second chapter is input, output and memory devices, and your last chapter, that is your third chapter, is data representation. In today's class we will discuss a new chapter, that is nothing but software concepts. In the software concepts, the weightage of this particular chapter is 5 marks. So 2 mark 1 question and 3 mark 1 question. The total weightage of this particular chapter is 5 mark, 2 mark 1 question, 3 mark 1 question. Totally it consists of 5 marks. So just before going to the software concepts, let's see what the introduction part of the objective part of the software concepts. See, your computer system or components consist of 3 components. Your computer system consists of 3 components. That is your hardware. Second one, software. Third one, users. See, your computer system comprises of 3 components. First one is your hardware. Second one is your software. Third one is your users. So first we'll see what is hardware. Hardware is nothing but it's a physical connections or physical devices which is they are interconnected, okay, in order to perform, to store or to execute some programs, that we call it as hardware. Once again explain. Hardware is nothing but your physical devices and their interconnection in order to store the data and execute the programs, we call it as the hardware. Or in other terms you can say it is the interconnection of your peripheral devices of a system, we call it as hardware. Your hardware is nothing but your physical devices and their connections in order to store and execute the programs, we call it as hardware. So hardware is nothing but it can be any physical devices or peripheral devices and their connections in order to store the data and execute the programs, we call it as hardware. Your software is nothing but it is a set of programs, set of computer programs and the related data. Your software is nothing but a set of computer programs and related data that going to provide the instructing what a computer has to do and how to do it. That we call it as software. Once again I am telling, software is nothing but it can be a set of programs and related data that provides the instruction for the computer, instructing what to do and how to do it. So such thing we call it as software. In other terms I can say software is a set of programs, procedures, algorithms and documents concerned to perform the operation of data processing system. Concerned to perform the operation of data processing system. See, more terms you can say what is software. One easy way is nothing but it is a set of programs, that it can be one program or more set of program and the related data that provides the instruction for the computer what to do and how to do it. In more terminologically we can say software is nothing but set of programs. It can be a procedure. You are going to study algorithm next chapter. What is algorithm? Algorithms and documents. That these are all concerned to perform the operation of data processing system. Such a thing we call it as software. So what is hardware? Hardware is nothing but physical devices or peripheral devices which are interconnected in order to perform, to execute the program, to store the data, that we call this as hardware. Software, you can say it is a set related data which going to tell the computer what to do. It's going to instruct the computer what to do and how to do it. That we call it as software. In other terms, you can say set of programs, procedures, algorithms and documents concerned to perform the operation of data processing system. We call it as software. So next, third one is nothing but users. We are the end users. So what we are the users? According to user, we are going to get the help from your hardware and software of the component system. Next, we go to what is software. Students, we have discussed what is hardware and software. Hardware is nothing but your physical devices and the connection in order to store and execute the program. And your software is nothing but it's a program and the related data which you are going to related data that provides an instruction to a computer what to do and how to do it. We have seen. Again, a software, in a computer software, it is broadly classified in two types. What is that is your first one is a system software. Next one is application software. We'll see the difference between system software and application software. First, then your system software again it has been broadly classified into operating system, language translator, utility. And your application software is being classified into two types, that is general purpose software, specific purpose software. In your operating system, what are all operating system, you are going to individually study each and every topic. In your operating system, there can be a Windows 8, 7, 95, 98, XP, .NET, Windows 2000, etc. In your language translator, you are going to study what is assembler, compiler, interpreter. In your utility, you are going to learn what is utility. In that, you are going to study antivirus software, backup software. Then, in your general purpose, that come across what is nothing but general purpose. That is generally it can be used that software. That is your word processor, your Excel, PowerPoint, MS DBase, everything come under general purpose software. Next, your specific software, your specific task you are going to do. That is a fees collection taken software in your schools, education sites, or in a medical field. That is a treatment or whatever the payment should be drawn out. Then payroll, tax, sales, etc. Now we are going to see what is difference between your system software and application software. First we will see what is system software, then we will go across what is application software. Students, we have seen there are two types of software, that is system software and application software. We will see what is system software and what is application software. The main objective of your system software is to perform the function that is commonly required by the most of the user. The first objective of the main objective of the system software is nothing but in order to perform the function that is commonly used by the most of the user. That is the main objective of your system software, or in other terms you can say it's a software that which going to controls your computer hardware and interact with the application software. We call it as system software, or in other term I can say system software is a type of software which act as an interface between your application software and the system. We call it as system software. See, one thing you can say, the main objective of the system software is to it's going to perform commonly functions required by most of the user. Or in other term you can say, or it controls, or it is a software act as interface between application software and the system. We call it as system software. In one term I can say system software is nothing but it controls all your hardware components of your system, that we call it as the system software. Here in application software, it is a type of software. It is a type of software that runs according to user request. That is nothing but your application software. What is a system software? It is a software that is commonly required, that is commonly functions. It performs the function that is commonly required by the most of the user, that we call it as a system software. Or you can say it is a type of software. It acts as an interface provided by system software. See here in system software, it controls all your system hardware. Here in application software, it runs on the platform provided by the system software. Here in system software, it is installed when operating system is installed. System software is installed when operating system is installed. Here application software, it is being run on a platform which is provided by your system software. And here system software, what it does means it turns on when system is on. Okay, here in application software, it runs or it executes when the user needs its request or requirement, when it needs a requirement. See, where in your system software, it turns on when the system is on, it turns off when the system is off, and it is installed when the operating system is being installed. But here it runs on the platform that is provided by your system software. Here, without system software, your system cannot run. Your system cannot run. But without application software, your system can run. Your system can run. And see here, I am telling you, your system software, you cannot, without system software, without system software, your system cannot run. Your system cannot run. But without application software also, your system can run. Here, what it is hardware dependent. Your system software is hardware dependent and not portable. Here, it is hardware independent, that is the application software. Yes, dependent and portable. I'll explain what it is all. Next, here system software is done in machine level language. Here it is written in high level language. And here the programming is complex. Here it is simpler than your system software. The example of system software here is operating system, Linux, Unix, Windows or interpreter. These are the example of Windows, MS. Here the example is VLC player, Photoshop. Next we put for DBase2, Tally, MS Office, etc. See, once again I am explaining. Listen students, system software I have already told, it is the main objective of a system software is to function, that is it's going to perform the function that is commonly required by the most of the user. The main objective of the system software is in order to function that is commonly required by the most of the user, that is nothing but your system software. In other term I can say it is a software that is going to act interface between your application software and your system. In other term I can say it controls overall the components of your hardware, that is nothing but your system software. When you go for an application software, it is a type of software that runs according to the user request. When you are going to request something, according to that request, your application software is going to act for that. Here, in your system software, it is going to control all your system hardwares. And in your application software, it runs on the platform that is provided by the system software. application software going to run it. In a system software is installed when operating system itself installed. In a system software, it is being installed when operating system itself, when it is operating system, when it is loaded, it also, the system software also be loaded. Where in a system software, without a system software, your system cannot run. But in your application software, without an application software, you can run even the system. You can run even your system. Next, your system software turns on when the system is on and turns off when the system is off. But in your application software, when you want to execute a particular request, that is a specific task, then you can run your application software. This is general purpose it is used, and here it is specific purpose for specific task only. But the system software commonly maintains all your hardware components. Next, in your system software is hardware dependent. What is this hardware dependence? That is a certain program or programming language which runs only on a particular hardware devices. Such a thing we call it as hardware dependent. That is, when it is hardware dependent, it is not portable. One example I say, suppose you are running a game in a Windows, that is a PC, that is Windows IBM portable computer, you are running some game. You cannot carry that game to a Apple computer because it is PC, whatever game it is suited in that program which has run in that particular game cannot be suitable, that is compatible with your Apple computer. So that is hardware dependent game, or it is not portable. When you go for an application software, it is hardware independent as well as portable. You can move the components of an environment from one place to another place. Here, for example, you are running a program in XP that can be run in your Windows 97 or 95. So that is nothing but your hardware independent and it is portable. That is the difference between a system software and application software. Next, whatever programs you write in a system software, in order to develop a system software, you write some program. That program is mission level language or low level language. Where it is application software which is being designed or developed using high level programming language. Next, system software programming is more complex when compared to your application software. In application software, it's simpler than your system software. In your system software, your operating system, examples of system software is nothing but the operating system. It can be a Linux, Unix, Windows, MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System, etc. In an application software, it can be VLC Player, okay, Photoshop, DBase 2, Tally, MS Office, etc. This is about your system software and application software. Just in a simple word, I say system software, it controls, it manages all your system components of your system. Your application, which is for the user requirements, you are going to run the software. That is the main difference. Understand that two things. System software manages the hardware components. Application software it is used for user for the specific task. That is, this is for general task and this is for specific task. So these are the features between your system software and application software. Next we'll see what is the system software is broadly classified into three types. See here, your system software it is being broadly classified into three types. One it is operating system, language translator, utilities. Today's class will discuss all these three things. What is operating system, what is language translator, what is utilities. Then your operating system will go the representation of your system. Here you have an application software, system software and your hardware. In hardware all the components of your, this is about your layers of your software. That is two types of software, application software and system software. When you go for an hardware, the hardware comprises of your CPU, disk, mouse, keyboard, printers, joystick, everything which is all physical devices you connect to your system. We call it as, and their interconnection we call it as the hardware. And in your, see the difference between your application software and system software. In your application software it is based for a specific task. That is your user requirements. That is your computer games. When you want to you want to play a games and you want to perform a spreadsheet, any calculation or mathematical evaluation or calculation application should be done spreadsheet, word processor, your tally, accountings, database, you want to store something, database that is for a particular user request for specific task, and the internet browser. These are all examples of your application software which come under the application sub. Next, in a system software, in order to manage this particular hardware, you make use of your system software. In order to manage the components of your hardware, that is the controls the hardware devices and provides the way to your application software, you are going to go for a system software. That is nothing but your operating system, your language translator and your utilities. So now we will discuss what is an operating system. Your operating system, it is nothing but it plays an important role in your computer system. It acts as the interface between the user and the computer resources. It plays an interface between user and the computer system. What are the computer system? That is nothing but computer resources are processor, input, output, memory and information files. These are the resources of computer systems. See, you can say the operating system, it is an interface between the user and the computer system, or you can say it is an interface between user and the computer resources. What are the computer resources? Processor, input, output, memory and information files. And your operating system also, what it does means it manages these resources. It shares the resources. It shares the resources among each component of the system, and it resolves the conflicts. It also resolves first because shares the resources. What are the features of operating system? Means first it shares the resources. Next, it resolves conflict. I'll say what is conflicts. Conflicts. Next, it optimizes the performance of computer system. Next one. See here, first one is it shares what are the processor, that is computer system resources like processor, input, output, memory unit and the information file. All the things is shared, how equally it can be controlled, shared. That part of the work is done by operating system, as well as it resolves the conflicts, what are all ambiguity, that is confusion or any arguments is missing. All such things it can be resolved using your operating system. And it optimizes, it helps in order to improve the efficiency of the computer system. Your operating system plays a very important role, that is the optimize the performance of your computer system. Another one, a part of operating system, that is resides in memory. A part of the operating system I already told is a program, it is an interface of programming which acts as an interface between the user and the computer. So a part of the operating system will be loaded into memory. So it also supervises which program is being executed. It supervises the programs which is being executed. That part is also done by your operating system. Since it resides in a part of program, it resides in a memory. It also supervises the program execution as well as. Next, when I'm a user, I want to interact with the system. I can interact with the operating system, and the user interact with the computer through operating system commands and instruction. Okay, how you can interact? I am a user, I am going to interact with the computer means through an operating system, of which form is either through a command or through an instruction. You can interact with your operating system. Next, so it plays another important role in this. What is that means? It loads it loads the program from a disk into a memory. That is from the operating system loads the program. It loads the program from disk. It can be from magnetic disk. Okay, from disk into memory. program. Output the result. Outputting the result. So these are the functions of your operating system. See, your operating system loads the program from important role of your operating system. It loads the program from your disk into a memory. After loading the data or instruction programs into memory, it displays the messages and what is that? It translates the programs. It translates the program as well as output the result. So and it lets the user free from after giving the instruction what and all internal activities taking place. The user cannot be known. That is, it is free from the user. All the operation is maintained by the operating system. The example of operating system is your Windows XP, .NET, MS-DOS, Windows Server 2000, 2008, Windows 98, 97, etc. Once again explain, listen, this is very important question. Operating system. Operating system is nothing but it is an interface between the user and the computer system. What is called computer system? What it consists means it is nothing but your processor, input, output, memory and some of the information files. So these resources, this we call as the computer resources. So these resources can be shared. It can be shares the resources. It plays a that the operating system shares the resources properly according to the units. Next, it resolves all the conflicts. Whatever conflicts is occurring in your programming or any kind of instruction, it can be resolved by your operating system. Not only it resolves the conflicts, it also optimizes it. That is, it improves the performance of your computer system. That job is done by your operating system. Apart from that, a part of the operating system is being stored in your memory. So it also supervises the instruction, that is what and all execution taking place in your operating system. Next, operating system value, like what it is, when operating system loads in a part of the memory that is resides in your memory. Okay, here what it tells is not only supervises the part of the instruction, here it also loads the program. The main thing is it loads the program from the disk into a memory. It loads the program from disk into a memory. So after loading, this is a very important role it does. It loads from a data from or program from a disk into a memory. After loading, it's going to display the messages and it's going to execute that messages, translate the programs and outputting the result. The example of operating system is Windows XP, .NET, MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System, Windows Server 2008, 98, 97, etc. So this is about your operating system. Next we'll see what is language translator. Students, till here I'll stop today's class, that is operating system. Just I'll revise all the topics what I discussed in today's class. So your fourth chapter is nothing but your system software. In your system software, the component consists of three, that is your system, computer system consists of three components. One, it is hardware, software and the user. What is hardware means? All your physical devices or your peripheral devices and their interconnections, okay, and the interconnection which provides the instruction to a computer what to do and how to do. That is which is tells you that provides the instruction to the computer by you can store it. You can store the result in a hardware and you can execute the programs that we call as the hardware. Once again I will explain. Your hardware is nothing but your physical devices and the interconnection which is used to store the data and execute the programs we call it as the hardware. Next, in your software, software is nothing but it's a set of programs and related data which provides the instruction to a computer what to do and how to do it. Or in other terms I can say your computer is nothing but is a set of procedure, programs, algorithms and documents in order to perform a data processing system that we call it as software. Next, third component is nothing but the user, we are the end users, how we are going to utilize this hardware and software. Next, in a system software, we have seen software being classified in two types. One is system software and another one it is application application software. What is system software? The main objective of the system software, in order to perform the function that is commonly required by the most of the user. Or in other term, I can say system software controls the hardware components of the system and provides a path to the application software. In an application software, what it does means it runs only for a specific task or the user requirement or user request. That is this application software is being designed. And in a system software, it is written the language, how you write the programming language in your system. So the system software, it is written in a machine level language or low level language. In your application software, it is written in high level language. And without a system software, your system cannot run. But in an application software, without an application software also, your system can run. Okay. Next, in your application software, in your system software, it is installed when operating system itself installed. When you install an operating system, immediately your system software program is also installed. Where in application software, as the user requirement, you are going to install your software. And here in the system software, it is mission dependent and portable. Once it is mission dependent, some programming language which is dependent only on the mission, certain mission hardware devices supported. Such a program we call it as the mission dependent. Once it is mission dependent, it cannot be portable. It cannot move your component from one system, that one environment to another environment. For example, I have already told the games, that game you played in your normal PC cannot support in your Apple computers. Similarly, in your application software, it is mission dependent. It is mission independent. It is independent of the programs. So it is portable. So the game run in XP can be run in even your Windows 95 and 97. So that is difference between your application software and system software. Here it is programming is complex, there it is simpler. An example of your system software, your operating systems, what is Linux, Unix, everything come under system software. In your application software, all your user requirements, your accounting, payroll, inventory, Tally, DBase, MS Office, all come under your application software. Then in your system software, we have seen three types of software. One it is operating system, second one is language translator, third one is utilities. So we have discussed what is operating system. Operating system is nothing but it is an interface between the user and the computer resources. What are the computer resources or computer system is? Processor, input, output, memory and some of the information files that exist in your computers. These we call as the resources. So what are all features of your operating system is? It shares the resources. First features is shares the resources. It solves all your problems, conflicts, whatever ambiguity it occurs. Next, it improves the performance, optimized to improve the performance of your computer. Next, what it does is part of the operating system resides in a memory. So all supervision of your program execution takes place. So operating system, user can interact with the operating system through a command or through an instruction. Next, main role of your operating system is it loads your programs from your disk to a memory and it executes that one. Translates, if any translation, it translates the program and the output is being displayed or resulted. So what are the examples or what are the operating system existence? You can say examples of Windows XP, .NET, Windows, MS-DOS, Windows Server 2000, 2003, 2008, 98, 97, etc. So today's class I will wind up with this operating systems. Tomorrow's class will discuss what is language translator, utilities and some of the functions of your operating system. Any doubt? Put it in assignment questions of a data representation which is given by the map. So next class we will discuss other features or other topics of your software concepts. Thank you one and all.